Okay, so now that we've beaten up the first boss, we're gonna go somewhere completely different to where we just were. Now we're out here.
Where the hell am I? I'd better have got frequent flyer miles for that flight.
Yep, that's it. And we're here now. We're here now. So let's equip the whip. A possessed whip sealing away the soul of the ancient serpentine demon Klushidra? I don't know. Summoning the power of the demon from a portal on the weapon's hilt, it can be used in the same manner as a normal whip. And it's quite bad. It has combos, I think. Yeah, there we go. It's not fantastic, and that's about everything it can do. It doesn't do very much damage either. The trade-off is it reaches very far. Very far. But it doesn't do much damage, and is generally quite useless. So, here's some lore about the Crescent and Sunrise Valleys. Gee, I wonder which valley belonged to which clan. Oh, yeah, Who would have guessed that the sages were in Sunrise and the witches were in Crescent? Very these clans, they're really showing what they've got in the naming department. Alright, now, lore out of the way. Nope, we're going back into the lore. Let's not do that. And let's go now find something to whip. It is in this area that we will find my favorite enemy, and by favorite I mean the one I hate the most. For basically no reason other than I'm terrible. But I hate them. But first we've got to beat up some cherubs with the whip. Now the whip is alright at killing the cherubs, because the cherubs are very squishy. But as soon as it gets more intense than a cherub, it all falls apart, basically. Alright, and now let's meet my favorite enemy. First though, right, this is over here. There's a powerful barrier here, but something on the other side of this is giving me a strange sense of deja vu. You'll recognize this gate from the flashbacks where all the people are trying to get in through the gate. And here's the enemy. The game really likes these ones. I hate them a lot. There's no other reason than I'm terrible and like can't fight them, but I hate them a lot. Their torture attack is also very lame, which we'll get to as soon as like one of them is almost dead, because otherwise that'd be a terrible waste of combo points that the game would be very disappointed in me for. So, as you can see, the whip not exactly tearing it up, damage-wise. Doesn't have much combo going either, on account of it not actually having really any combos. And, here we go. Getting fucked. That's enough of the whip now. That's enough whip action right there. It's you know, like, Bayonetta's obviously gotta have a whip weapon, but, like, it's not very good. It's very sad. Alright, so let's take this. It's very odd that these are angel weapons, and you'll see why, because eventually we pick up a weapon that is basically these angel weapons. So it's kind of weird. Oh god, it's terrible. Oh, that's what we get for using the whip. Never again. Never again. So we now have a third of an LP. And they are sort of hidden, the other ones, but this one isn't pulling out all the stops to hide itself. Yeah, we find a weapon that is basically these angel weapons, but like better, basically. Well, I suppose that's debatable, because the angel weapons do a lot of damage. Didn't actually show off the torture attack for the Grace and Glory, did we? Don't worry, we'll find more. We'll find more. We're also going to find an angel on this stage that we see, like, twice. Which is a shame, because it's one of the more unique ones as well. But first, here's where we find Dog.
My lipstick.
Nothing. Damn. What the?
I've often seen a girl without lipstick, but lipstick without a girl? Most curious, isn't it, Cheshire? What's also most curious is how a child like you has kept afloat in this town.
The name is Luka! And don't you think it's a little strange to be worried about my well-being? Sure, the Festival of Resurrection is peak security. The thing only happens once every 500 years, can you blame them? Besides, when you look as good as I do, security isn't a problem. But a killer like you, on the other hand, I'm sure you found a way.
That little girl. I've seen her somewhere.
My dear, sweet child, she is the key to your future. To save yourself, you must also save the girl.
Hey, don't go freaking out on me. We both know you came here for something. But what you don't know is the closer you get, the harder it's gonna be for you to get away from me and what you've done. You'll have to fess up to it all. I can't wait for you to get your hands on whatever it is you're after.
Let me guess, you want a cut? Well, if you're still alive by then, perhaps you can appeal to my generosity.
Still alive? You may be standing right in front of me, but you're definitely not living in reality. Which is a shame, because the truth is always going to be the truth. All I see when I look at you, the real you, is the truth. The truth is, you killed my father. I don't care who believes me. They can't reject the truth. The truth will set me free from your black stain on my life. The truth will allow me to expose you to the world. Then, I'll have won. And I'll do it without stooping to your level. Because I'm not a heartless witch like you. Whoa, whoa! What are you gonna do? Kill me in plain sight? Go ahead. It would only prove everything I've said about you. Well, that and sadden the hearts of a number of young ladies. Claire, and Trish, and Sylvia, and Amy. Oh, you don't want to piss her off, let me tell you. Hell hath no fury. What the?
Yeah, it's just here now. This is advanced dog. So yeah, what's Cheshire up to exactly? You know, like what exactly is the grand plan here? I don't really follow any of it, but whatever. Also, those names were other Kamiya games, by the way. Trish is from Devil May Cry, Sylvia's from Beautiful Joe. Because there's a lot of references going on in this game. I don't know if you've picked up on that. Kamiya likes his own work. I mean, it's good. It's good. You know, he's justified in that. So yeah, here's other dog. It's functionally the same, but it has a tail, and that's the sole difference, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really get the... Honestly, like, he doesn't seem all that upset about his father being dead. despite going on about it. Like, doesn't really seem like he's all that concerned. Yeah, you killed my father. And I'm gonna expose you to all the people that definitely care. Is he still here? I saw his ghost. Is he gone now? He's gone now. Grappled away on something, probably. You know, like Spider-Man. Doesn't actually need to connect to anything, just needs to kind of look like he does. So there's a thing over here that we do like twice, also. It's not really a mechanic, it's just like a thing that we can do, where we're going to change the time of day, and then this portal up ahead is gonna do something, like, weird. And no, it's not really a portal, to be fair. Like, it doesn't actually do anything portal-like. After we kill these guys, because the game will be very displeased with me if I didn't. And the game's already displeased with me, because, you know, there was that incident with the whip. And this part just falls off, so, yeah, that's cool. And that was not an adequate combo. Game's disappointed in me, of course, but it usually is. Here's some more lore. Yes, the Crescent Valley. Yep. Heavenly manipulators, yes. That's the thing that we're about to crank. Alright, that's enough lore for now. And now let's crank the wheel. In a very boring way, honestly. Like, consider, you know, she puts a lot of effort into how she pulls a lever, but there's no effort in turning that crank. And now it's night. So, like, that's fucked up some shit on this planet, no doubt, but whatever. Yeah, it's fine. And now we're gonna go over there. So it's basically just gonna launch us across this area like a cannon. And there's a crow over here. Got it. Sick. Alright, let's go in. And we will find a new enemy over here. One that has a very cool torture attack. It's the torture attack that gives you an angel weapon as well. You'll like it. You'll like this torture attack. It's very serious. But first we gotta fall on these guys, because, you know, these are the filler enemies, basically. Also, yeah, there's like a wind demon over there on the staircase. Don't worry about it. It happens all the time. But first, we gotta fight Grace and Glory again, and this time, like, do the torture attack. We'll just do it now, otherwise I'll forget. So this is what we do. It's very slow. I'm not a big fan of it. It takes a very long time to happen. Now, something kind of cool is if you do that one, well, a few of them, if you do them in the air, they are actually standing up, the platform is actually on stilts. And she's just, Bayonetta's just kind of like standing in thin air, but like the thing itself is like, the contraption is on stilts, so that's kind of cool, you know. Attention to detail. Alright, we didn't get completely fucked by them this time. Great job, excellent. So, there's a new angel coming. Here it comes. There it is. We see these ones a middling amount. They are basically there whenever the game wants to be kind of inconvenient. If we can get some torture attack, we can get some magic off this. I was afraid we might kill them before we could actually do the torture attack, so here we go. Yeah. It's pretty intense. I bet you weren't expecting that one. And that's dead. And then you get to keep the chainsaw. So that's the one that gives you an angel weapon. It's pretty inconvenient to use. Especially since it tends to be, like, when you get it, you're fighting more of the enemies that are flying. So, it's very awkward to use on them. But, it's definitely one of the more memorable torture attacks in the game. And it's cool that you get to keep the chainsaw. Feel very sorry for the angel, honestly, you know. It can't feel good. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to get cut in half. He tries to stop it, but I mean, what's he gonna do? Oh yeah, here's the wind demons. There are actually like eyes on these things. They're just kind of here. Like, don't worry about it. You know, there's scenery, really. So there's some stuff over here that's, like, kind of hidden, I guess, you know? Oh, I accidentally closed that one. You know, don't worry, we'll go back, eventually, probably. So, we can go and see Rodin, but we don't actually have a full LP yet, so there's no point. So, this is locked, we've got to activate this, but you got to fall on it from a certain height. So you got to climb up high, and then jump down on it. And this also doesn't really ever come up outside this area again, but, you know, this is something that happens. There's going to be a new area in here. Well, I say new. It's basically another twist on, affinity. It's an affinity in armor, but it is a new angel. So, variety. And then they throw Grace and Glory and the dogs at you a bunch more times, but variety. See? It's an affinity in armor with the short sword and the shield. It's called Ardor. It doesn't really do much different than what we've already seen them do. They're just tankier, basically. And I'm terrible, so they still hit me regardless, even though they're also terrible. But I'm more terrible. Like, it's the same torture attacks as the affinities as well. It is just straight up them again. They do progressively lose more and more of their armor as you fight them, and they get faster a bit as they lose armor, but like it doesn't really matter, especially since by the time they actually get faster from losing all their armor, you're about to kill them anyway, because then you just shove them in the torture attack and they die. And look, oh, the moon's out again now, so that means we get to walk up the wall in Jormungandr's staff. Let's take the sword with us. And we're gonna fight the thing. I don't remember what their name. I've already forgotten what it was despite just seeing it, but we're gonna fight some more of the flying guys up here. And we're gonna fight that, which you might remember from the prologue. Basically, anytime you do a section like this where you're walking up a wall, you can expect to fight these enemies in it. And then you can get a chainsaw off them if you want, but it's really weird, because they give you, like, this unique weapon for doing it, but every time you can get it, it's just to use it on more of these, and they're really hard to hit in the air with the chainsaw. It's very, very odd. But look how far this whip goes. That's like the selling feature of the whip, I guess, but you know. There's techniques that like are gap closers as well, so like it doesn't really matter. And soon we're gonna get a new ability that makes us go faster as well, so there's even less of an issue. Yeah, these hurt to stand on, by the way, so you gotta like find your way around. It's just inconvenient, really. And that's all the wall climbing fun for now. Put a stop to that right quick. So, we want to go in here. This is one of them ones that you need to be in Witch Time to go through. So we got to come over here, pull the lever, and we're almost touching the lever actually, because we were sort of hanging off the air in front of the lever. And look, these statues, they're broken, so that means we got to fight something up here. What are we going to fight up here, you ask? Oh wow, it's Grace and Glory. The game really likes Grace and Glory. Oh look, an angel attack bullet, how exciting. Oh god, stop. The very upsetting thing to me about hard mode is that there's a variation of these, of Grace and Glory, where instead of being a color, they're just white. And the thing with this variation of them is you can't proc Witch Time off of them. So that's very upsetting to me, because I'm already terrible at fighting them for basically no reason. And then they don't even let me go Witch Time off them. Not that that matters on the highest difficulty, where you just can't even use it anyway. That's not technically true, because, like, items that still proc Witch Time still work, so you can still activate Witch Time, but not from, like, dodging things, you know. No, don't get fucked. Nearly got fucked. Nearly got fucked. Didn't get fucked, though. We'll take this with us as well. So now we can leave the tower and fight the new enemy. We're also going to get a glimpse of what the next actual boss enemy is going to be in this area. Oh god, oh god, 2 silvers, absolutely terrible. Okay, now we can leave. And we will pick up the last piece of the LP out here as well. We gotta go up. If you go down, there's an Alfheim portal down there. I don't care enough to go get the Alfheim portal. And this is where the semi-hidden part of the Golden LP is. I say semi-hidden because you can still kind of just, like, see it. But, like, an effort was made to hide it. Trying not to get fucked by the Wind Demon right now. That's just kind of here. So, yeah, it's over here. So, you know, it's, like, it's kind of hidden. But it's not really hidden, you know. Now we have the full LP. And this is the weapon that lets you hit the fire enemies and walk on lava. And I like it. I like it. It's fun. It's cool. I like it. It's not really the most useful weapon, but I like it. It's cool. So this is about the stone coffins, which are apparently witch graves. I didn't even know, because like I'm gonna read a fucking 20-page essay about some hunks of stone that have got collectibles in them. But if you care, you know. Yeah. Oh, Crescent and Sunrise Valleys, yes. That's where we currently are. There is a thing with, like, the Grace and Glories as well, where there's, like, a counterattack that I swear I've only ever seen once, where they, like, do that, like, disconnected arms thing, and you can, like, launch it back at them off a QuickTime event. I've only ever seen that happen, like, once, though. So I don't know exactly what's up with that. So tense things are happening right now. If you fall off here, by the way, you die. Because the snake just eats you. Whereas if you fall off most areas, it just teleports you back up with some lost HP. This dude just eats you. And now, we're gonna fight it. We don't fight very many of them. And they can be very tedious depending on what their AI decides to do. So, we're gonna shoot at it for a little while now, and once we stagger it, it's basically over. Because then you get to whale it. Well, it's not a very good stagger. Sometimes they get staggered for a while. And sometimes they don't do anything. And sometimes they just, like, do that over and over and over again. And never let you get a chance to hit them. And sometimes they just snap at you like that. And as we've established, I am terrible. So, we'll get hit by that. We are currently also at the 1 HP mark, so that's very cool. Things are going well currently. But he's fucked up now. This doesn't kill it, but we then do get to immediately kill it. It's pretty brutal. It looks like it should be dead, but it's not quite dead yet. Now it's dead. No, no fun. No fun for the snake. I like the crow. Even it's very brutally efficient. It doesn't fuck around. As you can see. And then we fight a few of these enemies. We don't see a super huge amount of them. And now we're not at 1 HP anymore. Great. Awesome. Which is good, because there is a boss fight coming up in the near future. It is actually on this stage, right? It's not on the next stage. I'm pretty sure it's on this stage. It kind of all blurs together a little bit. So now this we can't quite walk on. Oh wait! We picked up we got the full LP, didn't we? We got to go in and talk to Rodin. He's got to craft us up this weapon. This is a weapon with an alt to it also, and we can unequip the whip because it's terrible.
Another LP? Working me to the bone, but no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you.
This LP has creepy children laughing in it, so I don't know why this is a collector's item.
This took a bit of pound into shape, but the workmanship's solid. Now, go put this thing to good use.
Yeah, it's Grace and Glory's claws. And I like them, you know, they're cool. And their gimmick is that there's two stances they can be in. I have a lot of trouble imagining that Rodon actually has, like, trouble killing these things, because Rodon is, like, freakishly powerful, which we will find out at one point. So I have trouble imagining something actually giving him trouble in hell, but... So, we're gonna unequip the whip now, because it's terrible. And these are functionally exactly the same as the guns in combo-wise, but... They have the two their combos are all the same. They've got the two stances, though, because if you twiddle them, you twiddle around, you get to be in fire, which is faster, but does less damage. Also does this. But it's faster than fire. But fire does more damage, which is the trade-off. But their combos are exactly the same as the pistols and the shotguns. I like them, though. I like them. They like extend certain things, like the sort of like laying into them parts of the combos. They get longer with these weapons, but then they also do like less damage. So you know, it's kind of weird. So this is apparently about Rodon and the Gates to Hell. So you know, that's cool. The Dumps is spelled like it's an actual name. So is that like the name of the city? Whatever, you know. It's not like we ever really see the place, anyway. This is quite long. Holy shit. Fascinating. Fascinating. Alright, so... This is over here. Kinda hidden, because you can miss this if you come up the wrong side of the staircase. But, you know, nah. And then, over here, yeah. Now we are going to fight another one of the snakes that we just saw. I mean, we might as well, you know. And it's immediately staggered. Great, awesome. Get to lay into it a bit. Can't really see what's happening. And the Wicked Weaves change a bit as well, because instead of just being hands, it's now claws. Please do... yeah, Yep, there he goes. Yep, there he goes. Alright, so, you know, this I'm not a big fan of the snakes, because there's a fairly big variance on what they do. Shouldn't have actually staggered him, because it was going to let me counter him, but whatever, it's fine. So, there is like a boss immediately after this guy, and we're going to be fighting that boss with not very many HPs, which is not really fantastic, you know. Yep, there he goes. Yo, you've done it now, my friend. And we don't do the climax on this one. Fuck it, whatever. We just saw it. So we do the climax on like the other ones that we see. But like, fuck that one, basically. Yeah, whatever.